Budget Impact Models, RWE language that wins payers. Let's kick off with the big question. Why do a budget impact analysis at all? It shows whether a new therapy is affordable over time, not just cost-effective in theory. While cost-effectiveness and real-world evidence, RWE, tell you value and outcomes, budget impact answers. What will this cost my plan next year and the year after? It speaks the payer's language, budget, and risk. You're showing expected spend, variability, and potential savings, so decision makers can plan premiums, reserves, and coverage confidently. Think of it as the cash flow view that complements the value story and reduces surprises. Start by nailing the eligible population. Specify who qualifies, age ranges, diagnosis codes, disease severity, prior treatments, and coverage criteria. Use real-world prevalence or incidence to size the population, ideally from claims, registries, or published epidemiology that matches your plan's geography. Be explicit about assumptions and data sources, diagnostic accuracy, untreated rates, clinical eligibility, and overlap with existing therapies. Clear definitions prevent double counting and improve credibility. When payers see transparent counts tied to real data, they trust the uptake, event rates, and cost projections that follow. State perspective up front. Health plan perspective, focusing on direct medical costs like drugs, administration, monitoring, and acute events. Define the time horizon clearly, typically 1, 3, and 5 years, to show short-term affordability and medium-term stabilization. Include member churn, people leaving/entering the plan, and uptake assumptions, speed and extent of adoption. These drive budget flow. For example, 15% churn annually and a ramp from 10% to 35% uptake over 3 years. Transparency here helps actuaries stress test your results and align with internal forecasting. List every cost component that changes with the new intervention: drug acquisition, administration, infusion time, clinic fees, monitoring, labs, imaging, and adverse event management. Don't forget offsets such as avoided hospitalizations, ER visits, outpatient procedures, and reduced concomitant meds. Use unit costs from credible databases, for example, fee schedules, wholesale acquisition cost, or plan verified rates, and show the year and inflation adjustments. Specify utilization frequencies, visits per year, tests per cycle, days supplied. This makes your totals traceable and helps payers replicate or customize the model. Compare current care, status quo mix, versus with the new intervention, added to or replacing existing options. Present a base case grounded in realistic adoption and outcomes, then bracket it with best and worst case sensitivity scenarios to show uncertainty. Add one-way sensitivity analyses on key drivers: price, uptake, event rates, discontinuation, and scenario analyses such as step therapy, prior authorization, or alternative monitoring. This structure reveals where the budget impact is robust versus where it's assumption-heavy, giving payers confidence in the range of possible outcomes. Use RWE that mirrors plan reality. Include adherence, persistence, and switching rates from claims or pharmacy data to reflect true utilization, not trial-perfect behavior. Bring in event rates, exacerbations, hospitalizations, procedures, from claims or registries to estimate credible offsets. Show subgroup outcomes, e.g., high risk, newly diagnosed, comorbid populations that match the plan's member mix. Align definitions with coding practice and benefit design. When RWE inputs match how patients actually use care, your budget impact shifts from theoretical to decision-ready. translate results into per member per month, PMPM, and per treated member per month, PTMPM figures. Clearly show break-even points and time to offset. For example, costs rise in year 1, but break even by month 18 as hospitalizations drop. Be explicit about assumptions, sources, and uncertainty so actuaries can validate. Data years, coding, price year, adherence assumptions, and sensitivity ranges. Summarize risk with ranges or tornado charts. Keep wording practical. Premiums, reserves, exposure, and mitigation. This turns your analysis into language that supports real coverage and budgeting decisions. Wrap up with a net PMPM change and its main cost drivers: drug price, uptake, and avoided acute events. Call out high-value subpopulations where impact is most favorable, such as high-risk members or those with frequent exacerbations. Provide template text for P&T materials. Indication, eligible population, PMPM impact by year, break-even timing, required management, e.g., prior authorization, and key uncertainties. End with next steps: data the plan can swap in, scenario options to test, and contacts for validation. Make it easy for committees to lift your summary straight into their decision pack.